Welcome. We are Whitelint Global and we present to you the world's first content-based real-time network filtering framework, and we are calling it Wafer. Wafer is the world's first content-based firewall. Yes, you're right, it does not look at signature databases. It does not consider the behavior of vectors or previous instances of their reporting. It instead identifies any incoming malware packet based on its contents and the fact that it belongs to a malware family owning one of the malware family characteristics. This is revolutionary tech. For over 20 years, real-time network packet filtering has been tried, has been attempted, and we, an indigenous development, an Indian startup, has been able to accomplish this through 7 years of intensive research. And today we are very proud to say that we are ready with product rollouts. We've come up with plug-and-play devices that once you plug into your system, you can make them completely air-gapped and sterile. The biggest challenge that any research team would face for content-based firewalling is to nail it in real time. We've been able to achieve this very successfully for very high throughput capacities. This one in my hand is Wafer Nova 2.1. It's a state-of-the-art plug-and-play device meant for a single endpoint protection, a critical endpoint protection. This can cater to throughput capacities of up to 1 gigabits. We have bigger versions in the 2.2.x range that are available on our website, which are now ready to cater to throughput capacities of 2.2.1 caters to 10 gigabits, 2.2.2 caters to up to 40 gigabits, and 2.2.3, the enterprise edition, is now ready for 100 gigabit throughput capacity for data centers. This is quite revolutionary, like I was saying. Catering to these throughput capacities has been a challenge in itself, and of course we've been able to achieve it, but there was no point of achieving throughput capacities if the network filtering framework didn't react. The network filtering framework is very typical, like I said, in sense that it looks at the network string. It's an L3 inline network filter, please remember that, which means it looks at network packets directly and tries to locate malware family characteristics inside them. Something of this sort has never been attempted and never been achieved. It gives me great pride that the IPR belongs to our organization for achieving something that had evaded scientists for over 30 years. The purpose of this demonstration today is to show you how in real time this sterility can be imparted to your endpoint. Today for this demo, we'll be using this 2.1 version. We'll be securing one single laptop. In real time, you'll see how there'll be absolutely no delay in whatever functionality you want to carry out. Today for you, the examples would be set by a regular teenager who visits regular free resource websites on the internet, and then you'll be able to see the sort of sterility that we are giving to you in real time while you are doing that. Please note, we are in a zero trust setting today. In the zero trust setting, I spoke about an air gap. What is this air gap? An air gap is when not even marketing snoops can enter your system. Of course, malware, ransomware, any sorts of trojans and worms, these are primary on our watch list, and obviously our filter stops them all with 100% accuracy. But a hack attack doesn't always begin with a directed attack vector. When your email IDs get leaked, or when your email passwords get leaked online, that entire process begins when there is one information gathering snoop that may enter into your system without your permission. A lot of these information gathering snoops are meant for marketing purposes. As a part of our corporate plan, we know that Google, Amazon, Facebook, Apple, and Microsoft, they all use these marketing snoops to record your activity. That's a part of their commercial plan, and this is acceptable to us because these are extremely secured servers. Our data going to them, we know that the data is at least secured. But there are several other private data players also that exist in the market. They will constantly keep sending generalized snoops either through various websites or to your system in regular, and try to get as much data as they can without bypassing user permission. In the zero trust mode, our device stops everything. It even stops Google, Amazon, Facebook snoops from coming in. Now these are safe, but they still have that malware family characteristic of bypassing user permission. So what we are really exhibiting to you here today is the level of tolerance that our device has. We have in the zero trust mode, we have no tolerance for anything that is not supposed to be in your system, that is not supposed to be contracted by your system. Of course, customized blacklisting and whitelisting options are available for corporates and individuals. And in the larger scheme of things, obviously, we don't want Google and Amazon and Facebook to be out of your system in the long run. So, well, all of those things can be accommodated as well. Now let's look at this device, this plug and play device, and see how it gets installed on a single system and then how it works.
On the table you see a wafer device, a wafer Nova 2.1. It comes with a power cable. You simply attach the power cable. It comes with a connector assembly. One side of the connector assembly via USB you plug into the wafer device. The other end via USB you plug into the device you want to secure. We give you a desktop application package. A simple procedure makes you install this desktop application on your system. Again, the critical system that you need to protect, in which you plugged in the wafer device. The application simply gets installed. Here we're doing it on the desktop. There we go, it's ready. Run it as the administrator. You see it'll show you while the wafer establishes connection on your network, fits into your network layer. Now something I did not mention before, it's an L3 based device. That means it works on network filters directly. Does not even come in your application and user layer. Allows you to connect to any kind of internet connection that you may be on from the interface itself. Here we are connecting our device on a simple Wi-Fi connection. This is the public Wi-Fi connection. You see the password also. Give it 5 seconds. 3, 4, 5. Well, fine, give it 15 seconds. But it's established. Nonetheless, very successfully, the interface pops up for you. Wafer is now running. It's protecting your system. That's how easy it is. Now, let's look at our claims. Is it actually doing something? What is it stopping? Let's look at the live logs. Start the logs. When you start the logs, it starts popping up these IP addresses. What are these logs of? These are logs of all the content that we are already stopping in zero trust setting. What is this content? One of them is coming from Cloudflare. We know what Cloudflare does on networks. There is a network string coming in from Google, which is trying to get information about your regular usage activity, but of course it is bypassing your permission. So for us in zero trust, it's not welcome. Something from Microsoft is also not welcome. So you see, Google and Microsoft, which are a part of the regular commercial plan, are sending information gathering snoops, and of course they are using these information gathering snoops to enhance your user experience. That is a part of the plan, isn't it? However, technically speaking, they are bypassing user permission, and in an air-gapped network, no commercial snoop can also come in. In a zero trust network, not even Google is allowed to know what's going in your system. Now that's sterility. Let's go on some malicious websites and see how it works. Yeah, a regular torrent website, P2P file sharing, takes you to an added pop-up which does not open, so Wafer identifies it as a problem. Yeah, go to the main page. There should be no virus there, right? Let's search for something and click on what we found. Oh, it's a malicious link. Wafer won't allow you. Let's look at the logs, what's coming in. What did we stop? We stopped a snoop from 10.11. That's the IP. Oh, it's a private information gatherer. Fine, let's go to another website. Let's go to Krunka. Your usual free resource website. You go to Krunka and oh, there are logs populating. The website is opening, the content is showing. So what is getting blocked? Haha, I see. Somebody from Hong Kong wants to know what we're doing. Other things. DigitalOcean is making one of its regular checks. Still more things we're blocking. Total Uptime Technologies from Ashburn, USA. I found out what they did. Go on their website and you'll find out what too. Oh, a free gaming website. Armor Games, yeah, one of the regular ones. Let's try to play one. Were we able to play this game? Yes, it's loading fine. So a malicious website and they have some true content, we are still allowing it to come in. But oh, the logs are populating, so there are things that we are blocking. What are we blocking? We're blocking an information gathering snoops from Oath Holdings in Mumbai, India. What else are we blocking? We're blocking another network string generated from Fastly Inc. in Los Angeles, USA, but this site has nothing to do with Fastly. Oh, let's go to Miniclip. Miniclip is so popular. We open Miniclip and there's still something that's getting blocked. Seems like all of these free websites and free resource websites, they have something in them. I'm gonna play a lone manner. It's loading absolutely fine. No drop in throughput. But we are still blocking a few things. What are we blocking? Now look at the port numbers from which these snoops are coming from. If you analyze this list properly, you'll see that there are several snoops that also come from secured ports like 443 and 80. So you see that what that means? We are already better than a port sweeping feature of a regulation firewall. Of course, a port sweeping firewall may be at an extra expense, may be able to stop things that are coming from other ports for you. However, they will interfere with your user experience, and they'll not be able to stop things that come from 443 and 80. We are. More sites coming up for you. Right? So what are we seeing in this demonstration? What's really going on? Is a Google Microsoft snoop that dangerous? The people have to buy Wafer and not their regular firewalls? Is a snoop coming in from Ashburn Technologies that relevant? Yes. What we are trying to show you here is the tolerance level in the zero trust state, zero trust mode of our device. The tolerance level is 0. That's what zero trust really is. That's what it really means. There is no tolerance for any network string that is trying to bypass user permission, that in its contents holds characteristics of malware families. Now, malware family characteristics you can't shed off. Your network packets originate differently. They originate from different points. They may be encrypted. They may hold different sort of information. You may be able to dip into them or not dip into them. But if they carry a malware family characteristic in them, something as small as bypassing user permission, even that gets blocked. That's total network sterility. Pure sterility, like I said at the start of the video. You see all of these logs that are running, all of these free websites, these free resources, even if they are paid. So many of these snoops enter your system, gather whatever information they can. Of course, nobody went to Slovenia for a resource, did they? You see Bunny Way on your screen? Right, so a lot goes on the internet. An attack today is not a single step attack anymore. An attack today originates from several areas. So any time a password of yours for a mail account got leaked, it was first gathered and collected from your system. It was gathered and collected from your system through these information gathering snoops. Of course, not the ones from Google and Microsoft. They are safe. Amazon, that's safe. Apple, that's safe. But these are not.
There you go. See how simple system sterility has now begun. There was this mythical creature called the air gap network. We've not just achieved it, we've achieved it with a simple plug and play device. The higher versions of Wafer product rollouts, namely Wafer Nova 2.2.x range that caters to higher throughputs, are also plug and play devices. However, they get installed at either the subnet level or the router level. Of course, the enterprise level edition will get installed on your central server directly. The installation strategies for them also differ slightly. Some of them come with a desktop application, some of them don't. Most of the devices that are offered in the B2C segment have a built-in cloud-based backup system and a web application to show what's going on in everybody's devices. For the B2G sector, for the military services, for all critical government services, for ATMs, a version is available for all of them currently. All of these places will require discrete devices, we understand that. So there is a license-based sales model also available for such scenarios. All updates are done manually to maintain the discretion of the networks in such scenarios. The protection is flawless. For B2G segment, obviously we recommend the air gap device, the zero trust setting device, and for B2B and B2C customers, we encourage them to use customized blacklisting and whitelisting based devices, since air gap may not be a priority for them. Right, and that's about it. I guess that winds up our demonstration for today. I think it was an eye-opener for a lot of you. This thing can be achieved. We have achieved it in real time. Look at the level of sterility it brings to your system on a regular usage day. If you noticed in the demonstration, the throughput capacities were maintained all throughout. That means the user experience was not hampered, not even one bit. There are built-in incident response modules also available. That was the module that was being used when details about incoming logs were being shown to you in the demonstration. This can of course be extended to an auto notification module. This can, of course, if you choose several endpoint devices, they can all be clubbed at the central level also for the sake of monitoring for organizations. And well, a lot of customization is available since this is an indigenous development and we make this all in-house. I'm very glad for taking your time and for you making to the end of the video. Thank you very much. Please remember, Whitelint brings in the world's first content-based firewalling module. It's here to stay and it changes the way network security looks from here on. Thank you. Namaskar.